Hey, you guys, welcome to Let's Study. It's a series here at Arise where we're studying a chapter every single day in the Bible. Today we're in 2 Samuel chapter 17. So before we get started today, I always tell you guys to go over to KandiNicoleArise.com, get your copy of your Bible study along to help you study the Word. And also, the Bible study alone helps you to look at the Word and also look at yourself in your life. The Lord wants us to read His Word and understand it. And no better way to understand it than to be able to apply it to your everyday life. So, in chapter 17, we're picking up, and what's going on right now is David is fleeing from his own kingdom because of his own son that, in my personal beliefs, he ain't check him, okay? He should have been checked that child since he was a child. But because he didn't, his whole house is in disarray at the moment, all right? So let's pick up. It says, Ahithophel, okay, and Absalom, let me cross 12,000 men, and I will set out in pursuit of David tonight. I will attack him while he is weary and discouraged. I'm going to start right there. Don't that just sound like the enemy? Want to attack you when you're already down. Can't keep a good man down, though. Okay. Throw him into a panic, and all the people with him will scatter. I will strike down only the king and bring all the people back to you. When everyone returns, except the man you are looking for, all the people will be at peace. This proposal seemed right to Absalom and all the elders of Israel. Then Absalom said, Summon Hushai, the Architect. Also, let's hear what he has to say as well. So Hushai came to Absalom, and Absalom told him, Ahithophel offered this proposal. Should we carry out the proposal? If not, what do you say? So right now, he's seeking advice from wise counsel. But unfortunately, it don't seem like his counsel is all that wise. I mean, you thought that was a good idea to go with the concubines on top of the... Okay. It don't seem that wise to me. What y'all think? Y'all think he getting some wise counsel? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. All right, let's continue. Hushai replied to Absalom, the advice Ahithophel, yes, I'm slaughtering it today, y'all, okay, has given this time is not good. Hushai continued, you know your father and his men. They are warriors and are desperate like a wild bear robbed of her cubs. Your father is an experienced soldier who won't spend the night with the people. He's probably already hiding in one of the caves or some other place. If some of our troops fall first, someone is sure to hear and say, there's been a slaughter among the people who follow Absalom. Then even a brave man with a heart of a lion will lose heart, because all of Israel knows that your father is a valiant man with him and his warriors. Instead, I advise that all Israel from Dan to Beersheba, as numerous as the sand of the sea, be gathered to you, and that you personally go into battle. Then we will attack David wherever we find him, and we will descend on him like the dew on the ground. Not even one will be left, neither he nor any of the men with him. If he retreats to some city, all Israel will bring the ropes to the city, and we will drag its stones into the valley until not even a pebble can be found there. Since the Lord has decreed that Absalom's good advice be undetermined in order to bring about Absalom's ruin, Absalom and all the men of Israel said, the advice of Hushai the Architect is better than the advice of Ahithophel's advice. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm really killing this Ahithophel guy, fellow. Okay, Othello. Okay, I'm killing his name today. I'm slaughtering it. That's reading the Bible. Who's really going to get all these people's names right? Who really knows? I don't know. Somebody does, but not Kandi. So accept me as I am today, you guys. So they basically about to gather all the men. How they gonna even do that? Like everybody just down with him to be king? How did he really swayed people over there on the crossroads when he was telling people, oh, well, if he would make me a judge, he really persuaded these people for these people to be going against King David, slayed King David. Saul slayed his thousands, tens of thousands, tambourine David. All the ladies love David. He had to do some persuading. They did say his son was very good looking too, so David made one just like him, basically. You know how they say you made one just like you? Okay. All right, let's pick up, y'all. So in verse 15, Hashan then told the priests Zadok and Abiathar, this is what Abshanel advised Absalom and the elders of Israel, and this is what I advise. Now send someone quickly. Tell David, don't spend the night at the wilderness fort. Be sure to cross over the Jordan, or the king and all the people with him will be devoured. Jonathan and yeah, okay. Let's see. We're going to nickname this guy AZ, okay? His name is AZ, okay? They were staying, okay, at El Rogel, where the servant girl would come and pass along information to them. They in turn would go and inform King David because they dared not to be seen entering the city. However, a young man did see them and informed Absalom. So the two left quickly and came to the house of the man of Beersheba. He had a well in his courtyard, and they climbed down into it. Then his wife took the cover, placed it over the mouth of the well, and scattered grain, so nobody would know anything. Absalom's servants came to the woman at the house and asked, where is Az and Jonathan? They passed by towards the water, the woman replied to them. The men searched but did not find them, so they returned to Jerusalem. So King David had some spies. He had some people that still was down for him inside of the city. And so they were spying, bringing back messages, but the problem is the spies got caught, all right? They got spotted. And so they hid inside of a well. Let's pick up, you guys. It says that in verse 21, after they had gone, Az, okay, and Jonathan climbed out of the well and went and informed King David. They told him, get up and immediately ford the river, for Abshanel has given this advice against you. So David and all the people with him got up and crossed the Jordan by daybreak. There was no one who had not crossed the Jordan. When Abshanel realized his advice had not been followed, he saddled his donkey and set out for his house in his hometown. He set his house in order and hanged himself. So he died and was buried in his father's tomb. He had so much pride in him, he could not accept defeat. The fact that his idea did not go forward or was not followed, he decided to go ahead and hang himself. He set his affairs. Basically, he made sure his will and everything was in place, and then he went and go and hang himself. The man was full of pride that much. Okay? Verse 23. When Absalom realized that, okay, he hung himself. Let's go to 24. David arrived at Mersham by the time Absalom crossed the Jordan with all the men of Israel. Now Absalom had appointed Isama. Okay. We're going to stick with that. Asama, okay, over the army in Jacob's place. Asama was the son of a man named Ithra, an Israelite. Ithra had married Abigail, daughter of Nasha. Abigail was the sister of Zuran, Joab's mother, and Israel and Absalom camped in the land of Gilead. When David came to Miram, Sabai, son of Nash, and Rabath of Amorites, Marai, son of Amithael from Lodabar, and Berzani, the Gileonite from Rogim, bought beds, basins, and pottery items. They also bought wheat, barley, flour, roasted grains, beans, lentils, honeys, curds, sheep, goats, cheese from the herd for David and the people with him to eat. They had reason. The people must be hungry, exhausted, thirsty in the wilderness. So David had some backup. They brought him some provisions. They brought him some food. So also, David crosses over into the Jordan. He's basically crossing over to where he's going to have some people on his side. Okay. He's going to have some backup on his side. So what they didn't want him to cross over. They wanted him to stay on this side so that they could attack him. But him crossing over is kind of like creating a boundary there. So there's a boundary between them and David. And David is in a place where he's going to receive a bit more help. We're seeing also the people are already trying to help him. They're bringing him food. They're bringing him goats and honey, and David is basically, and his people, they're about to have a feast. All right. So we're going to pick up tomorrow in chapter 18. I hope that my slaughtering of names does not divert you anywhere else, because in all honesty, when you're reading this, you slaughtering some names too. Okay. So y'all come back tomorrow and we're going to see what happens between King David and his son, his trifling son. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.